Well, met with the doctors today to discuss surgery on my neck. They were going to take the tumors out about 3 months ago, but they wanted to try this new chemotherapy drug. Didn't really work. It's called Lenvima. Didn't really work for me very well. A lot of side effects for me anyways. Some people I guess can deal with it, but I'm not one of those people. So it did bring the thyroglobulin levels down quite a bit, I guess. And but the side effects were just not tolerable for me. So I met with Dr. Hunt today, and he showed me the PET scan. We had a PET scan before and a PET scan after, and you could see that the tumor on my neck attached to the esophagus had grown about 10 to 15%. So that's not very good. A couple options were doing radiation first, and that would protect my vocal cords and voice box, but would probably only be effective for a few years at best. And then they'd have to take out the voice box for sure, which would guarantee a trach hole to breathe in, and then a feeding tube for a lot of it. But to do the surgery first, we're going to go in and try to either do a trachea sleeve or do a thing where they cut out the one side and sew muscle over it to show it shut. There's about, he said about 50-50 chance that I would not need the trach hole or a feeding tube, and I would not be able to speak. One of the reasons why I'm starting to record these things is because my voice is probably going to be gone. I won't be able to talk at all. So I thought I'd record a few things here and there as I thought of them. But I think I'm going to go with the surgery. I think that's the best choice for long-term survival. There's a chance, a good chance, half chance, 50-50 chance that they'll be able to get the tumors out and seal up the trachea, and then with some therapy and stuff, I'll learn how to swallow and maybe even speak again. If they end up not being able to do that and end up going to a more drastic thing, then I end up with a trach hole and a feeding tube, which is what I'd end up doing it the other way, just sooner than later. So I think I would rather take a shot at doing 10, 15, 20 years than just a couple years and then guaranteed to do it the other way. At least you take a chance for that. So it's no real good news, I guess. I guess it's not spreading to my brain or into my lungs. I don't really have any impaired function. Still really tired from the chemotherapy. The chemotherapy really took it out of me. I have a hard time sleeping. That may be some anxiety due to this surgery thing as well. But I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. The girls, except for Kara, are driving back from New Mexico today. They went down to visit Vicky and Mark. It's just the week that Cindy had off work for the summer, so she wanted to go do something. Kara had to stay behind with JJ. Her Sarah Johnson got married Saturday. She was a bridesmaid, so, or the maid of honor, or something like that. So she's here. She just took JJ to the doctor. Still able to do a little work as much as I can. The work is okay with me communicating through instant messages or texting. And I do that actually quite a bit anyways. So it won't be a big change, but it'll be hard to get back in the swing of things. It's been hard to get back in the swing of things after chemotherapy. That really knocked me down. It's only, I've been off of the chemotherapy for about 6 weeks. And it's really only been in the last couple weeks that I've felt that I had enough energy to really put in a full day's work. Sometimes I work late at night if I can't sleep and get some things done, make up the time in other ways. This weekend, a water softener went out in the house. I think this is 15 years old, but checking things out is probably because of the water pressure. We're running 120 psi water pressure through the house, which is probably why we've had some other water issues in the kitchen as well. It's just too much water pressure. I bought a pressure control valve. I haven't installed it yet, but I'm going to. But I did replace the water softener. So I don't know if it's not quite the same size as the old one. But Kenny came up to help me. There's no way I could have done it by myself. So it was nice to see him and have him come up and help me out with that. So today's July 28th. The doctor's appointment was at 9:30 this morning. I did send the doctor a message on the MyChart program to see if we could move up the surgery date. I mean, he was talking that in 3 months, you know, it might not be possible, but the surgery's 40 days out from now. So I'd like to move the surgery up if it's possible at all, just because I think that might increase or maintain my odds of having a positive outcome. So I've sent him a message, we'll see. Other than that, not much excitement. Corey and Kara are still having a really hard time. I think it's a cultural thing almost. I didn't really raise any of my kids to be submissive servants. You know, especially my girls, I didn't treat them or raise them to be submissive and dependent on a man or a servant to a man. I think Corey kind of expects that. You know, he expects his wife to respect him and do what he says without question. Part of the Hispanic culture, maybe a little bit. Maybe they don't see the female or woman's life as valuable as a man's. And I don't know. Kara's just not that kind of person. She's never been like that. Even when she was in elementary school, you know, she was, you know, arguing with the teachers and trying to do what she felt was right and standing up for what she felt was wrong. So when Corey and Kara get together, you know, it's like throwing gasoline on a fire in a lot of ways, because he really wants, I guess you'd call him a chauvinist, kind of like my dad, I suppose. Or he's the head of the household, the head of the family, makes the decision, and he wants a wife that follows in line without question. And that's very hard for Kara, very hard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be able to work it out. I know they've tried a few times. But the bottom line is that it doesn't matter how much Corey loves her, that if he can't treat her with some respect and let her, you know, be an individual, a strong individual, then, you know, it's hard. It's going to be hard. Well, I'll try to make a few more of these videos, or maybe every day or so. Put them up on YouTube. I don't think I said anything too personal or incriminating. Washing my sheets right now. You can see my bed. But it was hard today at the doctor's. I didn't sleep very well last night. It would have been nice to have Cindy with me to help me make some decisions, or at least get some confirmation from her that I'm making the right decision. But they're not here. So this is the way that goes. Alrighty. Well, I'll try, like I said, I'll try to talk more tomorrow. Let you know how things are going. Let you know what's new. Alright, well, talk to you later.